Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. And today we're diving deep into, something that's super zesty and zingy.
Sounds refreshing.
Oh, it is. It really is. We're talking all about the chemistry of citrus, zest, and zing.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
I'm excited. I love a good citrusy, flavor or drink or anything like that. So this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, we're going to get into all the details about why a splash of lime juice or a twist of lemon peel can really elevate your cocktails and cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already kind of thinking about, like a margarita or something like that. Just that zing just
Absolutely.
brightens it right up.
Yeah, totally. It's like a little burst of sunshine in your glass.
Okay, so where do we even begin? I mean, citrus fruits seem so simple, like you just cut them open and eat them or squeeze them. But I have a feeling there's a lot more going on beneath the
Oh,
surface.
yeah, definitely. There's a whole world of chemistry happening inside every citrus fruit. And it all starts with these three groups of compounds: acids, terpenes, and flavonoids.
Okay, those sound kind of intimidatingly scientific.
Yeah. Well, they might sound fancy, but they're actually pretty easy to understand.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Okay, so first up, we've got the acids. These are what give citrus that signature tangy tartness that makes your mouth tucker.
Okay, yeah, I definitely get that with like lemons and limes. It's like a little shock to your taste bud.
Exactly. And then we've got the terpenes. Now, these are responsible for that amazing citrus aroma that just fills the air when you peel an orange or zest a lemon.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's not just the taste, it's the smell too.
Absolutely. Terpenes are volatile compounds, which means they easily evaporate into the air, carrying that citrusy scent with them.
Huh. So that's why just the smell of citrus can be so uplifting and energizing?
Exactly. It's like aromatherapy in a peel.
I love it. Okay, and what about those flavonoids? What do they do?
Flavonoids are kind of like the unsung heroes of the citrus world. You might not taste or smell them, but they're packed with antioxidants, which are really good for your health.
Oh, so they're like the secret weapon of citrus.
Exactly. They're working behind the scenes to keep you healthy.
I'm really liking this trio. We've got the tangy acids, the aromatic terpenes, and the health-boosting flavonoids. It's like the perfect citrus power team.
I like that. The citrus power team, we should trademark that.
We should. Okay, but let's get back to the acids for a second. I know there are a lot of different types of acids in citrus fruits, but I feel like we always hear about citric acid. Is that the main one?
Yeah, citric acid is definitely the star player when it comes to citrus. It's the most abundant acid in most citrus fruits, and it's the one that gives them that characteristic tartness.
Okay, so does that mean like lemons and limes have more citric acid than, say, an orange?
You got it. Lemons and limes are at the top of the tartness scale because they have the highest concentration of citric acid. Oranges, grapefruits, mandarins, they have lower levels, which is why they taste a bit sweeter and less acidic.
Okay, that makes total sense. It's like a sliding scale of tartness.
Exactly. And you know what's interesting? Even within the same type of fruit, the level of citric acid can vary depending on things like the variety, the climate, where it was grown, and even how ripe it is.
Wow. So there's so many factors that go into the flavor of citrus. It's not just as simple as, lemon versus lime.
Nope. Every citrus fruit is unique, just like a snowflake.
I love that analogy. Okay, so we've talked about acids. What about those amazing citrus aromas? Could we dive into terpenes a bit more?
Let's do it. So, as we mentioned before, terpenes are responsible for those incredible citrus scents. And the rock star terpene in the citrus world is lemon.
Limon, that sounds familiar. Isn't that in like cleaning products and stuff?
It is. Limon is a really effective cleaning agent and a natural degreaser.
Wow. So something that smells so fresh and clean is also good at actually cleaning things. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like nature's all-purpose
I
cleaner.
like it. Okay, but how does lemon work in citrus fruits? Like, what does it do?
So limon is mainly found in the peel of citrus fruits, not so much in the juice, and it's what gives them that bright, zesty aroma.
Ah, so that's why the zest is so much more flavorful than just the juice.
Exactly. The zest, which is that outermost layer of the peel, is packed with essential oils, and limon is one of the main components.
So when you zest a lemon or a lime, you're basically capturing all those aromatic oils.
Exactly, and that's why a little bit of zest can go a long way in terms of flavor.
Okay, I'm definitely going to be using more zest from now on. It's like a secret weapon for flavor.
It really is. And you know what's even cooler? Limon might have some health benefits too.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Well, some studies suggest that limon might have anti-inflammatory properties, which means it could potentially help reduce swelling and pain in the body.
That's amazing. So just by enjoying the aroma of an orange or adding some zest to our food, we might be doing our bodies a favor.
It's definitely an area of ongoing research, but it's pretty fascinating to think about.
It really is. Okay, so we've covered acids and terpenes. What about those flavonoids? We can't leave them out.
Of course not. Flavonoids are a big part of what makes citrus fruits so healthy.
Yeah, I know citrus fruits are famous for being packed with vitamin C. Is that a flavonoid?
It is. Vitamin C, also known as ascorbic acid, is a type of flavonoid, and it's a powerful antioxidant.
Okay, I've heard of antioxidants. but I'm not really sure what they do.
Well, imagine your cells are constantly under attack by these things called free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can damage cells and contribute to aging and various diseases.
Yikes, that sounds scary.
It can be. But that's where antioxidants come in. Antioxidants like vitamin C act like little bodyguards for your cells. They neutralize those free radicals and protect your cells from damage.
So it's like a microscopic battle going on inside us, and vitamin C is on our side.
Exactly. And citrus fruits are a delicious way to supply your body with those little warriors.
I love that analogy. I mean, so enjoying that tangy citrus flavor isn't just delicious, it's actually doing our bodies good too.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
Well, I'm definitely feeling inspired to up my citrus intake now. But you know what I'm really curious about? We've been talking about how the zest is so flavorful because of all those concentrated oils. But what about those little segments inside the fruit? Do they have anything special going on chemically?
That's a great question. And you're right to be curious. Each of those little segments or vesicles has a slightly different blend of acids, sugars, and those all-important aroma compounds.
Wait, so even within a single orange, there's a whole world of flavor variation happening.
Precisely. Think of it like a miniature citrus symphony with each segment playing its own unique note.
Mind blown. I'm going to have to pay way more attention to the subtle flavor differences within each fruit now. This whole deep dive has been incredible. I feel like I've gained a whole new level of appreciation for the complexity and wonder of citrus fruits.
I'm thrilled to hear that. And remember, this is just the beginning of your citrus exploration. There's a whole universe of flavor waiting to be discovered in your kitchen and beyond.
Well said. And for everyone listening, thanks for joining us on this zesty adventure. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.
Cheers to that. So, it's really interesting to consider all the different ways that citrus compounds can be used. We talk about limone being used in cleaning products, but, some researchers are even exploring the use of citrus extracts in developing natural pesticides.
Whoa, wait, really? Like we could use citrus to protect crops from bugs?
Yeah, exactly. Citrus extracts have shown some really promising results in repelling certain insects and fungi.
That's incredible. It's like we're using the power of citrus to fight pests naturally.
Exactly. It's all about harnessing those natural properties of these citrus compounds.
Okay, so we've talked about how limone can be used in cleaning products and potentially even pesticides. But I want to get back to like using citrus in our everyday lives, like in our food and drinks.
Sure, yeah.
And we were talking about how the zest is so flavorful. But I've always wondered, is there like a difference between the zest of different citrus fruits?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Different citrus fruits have varying levels of oil in their zest, which can definitely impact the intensity of their flavor.
Interesting. So if I'm looking for like a really powerful citrus punch, which zest should I go for?
Well, lemons tend to have a higher oil content in their zest compared to oranges, for example.
Okay.
So if you really want that like intense lemon flavor, lemon zest is your best bet.
Okay, lemon zest, it is noted. But I mean, I love orange and lime zest too, so I'll definitely still be using those.
Oh, yeah, of course. All citrus zest are amazing in their own way.
They really are. Okay, so we've been talking a lot about the flavor and aroma of citrus, but we can't forget about those health benefits. We mentioned that flavonoids are powerful antioxidants, but can you give us like the ELI5 version of what antioxidants actually do in our bodies?
Okay, so imagine your cells are like these little houses, and they're constantly under attack by these rowdy neighbors called free radicals.
Okay, I like where this is going.
Free radicals are these unstable molecules that can damage your cells and contribute to aging and diseases. They're like the troublemakers of the neighborhood.
Oh no, get out of here, free radicals.
Exactly, and that's where antioxidants come in. Antioxidants like vitamin C are like the neighborhood watch. They patrol the streets, they neutralize those free radicals, and they protect your cells from damage.
So it's like a microscopic battle going on inside us, and vitamin C is on our side.
Exactly, and citrus fruits are a delicious way to supply your body with those little protectors.
Well, I am all for supporting my neighborhood watch, especially if it involves eating more citrus. But, we've been discussing how it's not just about eating the fruit. Using the zest in our food and drinks can also give us a concentrated dose of those beneficial compounds like lemon and vitamin C.
Oh, for sure. Adding zest is like a little flavor and health boost all in one.
I love it. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the chemistry of citrus, zest, and Zing. But you mentioned earlier that citrus compounds have potential applications beyond just food and drinks. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so you remember how we talked about lemon being used in cleaning products?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just one example of how citrus compounds can be used in other industries. Some researchers are even exploring the use of citrus extracts in developing natural pesticides, for example.
Wait, really? So we could potentially use the power of citrus to, like, protect crops from pests?
Yeah, exactly. Citrus extracts have shown some promising results in repelling certain insects and fungi.
That's incredible. It seems like there's so much untapped potential in the world of citrus chemistry.
Absolutely. And who knows what other amazing discoveries are yet to be made. I mean, just think, we've spent this whole deep dive exploring the chemistry of just one type of fruit.
And it's blown my mind. It makes you realize how much we take for granted the complexity of even the simplest ingredients.
Yeah, totally. Every time you zest a lemon or squeeze a lime, you're experiencing the culmination of a fascinating chemical process that's been happening inside that fruit.
I know. I don't think I'll ever look at a citrus fruit the same way again.
I know, me neither.
This has been a truly enlightening deep dive. But before we wrap things up, is there anything else you think our listeners should know about the chemistry of citrus zest and Zing?
While we've been, geeking out about all the amazing things about citrus, I think it's important to mention that for some people, citrus fruits can cause allergies or sensitivities.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I do have a friend who can't have grapefruit because it interacts with her medication.
Yeah, that's a great example. Some compounds in citrus fruits, especially grapefruit, can affect how our bodies process certain medications. So it's always a good idea to talk to your doctor about any potential interactions between citrus and our meds.
Yeah, better safe than sorry, right? Okay, so before we officially wrap up our citrus journey, I have one last burning question.
Shoo.
Okay, so we've talked about how zest is so flavorful because of those concentrated oils. But what about those little segments inside the fruit? Do they have anything special going on chemically?
That's a fantastic question. And you're right to be curious. Each of those little segments or vesicles has a slightly different blend of acids, sugars, and those all-important aroma compounds.
Wait, so even within a single orange, there's a whole world of flavor variation happening?
Precisely. Think of it like a miniature citrus symphony with each segment playing its own unique note.
Wow, I'm going to have to pay way more attention to the subtle flavor differences within each fruit now. This whole deep dive has been incredible. I feel like I've gained a whole new level of appreciation for the complexity and wonder of citrus fruits.
I'm so glad to hear that. And remember, this is just the beginning of your citrus exploration. There's a whole universe of flavor waiting to be discovered in your kitchen and beyond.
So well said. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us on this zesty adventure. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.
Cheers to that.